Cam and Focus Weekly. I am Cam, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing good. I got to spend some time with some family today, which was nice. So that's always fun. And now I'm here going to talk about some of my favorite movies. So how are you doing?
I am so exhausted. It has been a long weekend, and likewise, it's been a long couple of weeks. I think I told you before. I'm the surgery team lead for my
Oh, nice.
for the doctor that I work with, and we are currently working with two thirds of
Oh,
two thirds of our normal team.
oh
So
gosh.
uh, my workload has effectively almost doubled,
Hmm.
and I'm very tired. So this will be a Cam and Focus first. I have not had the chance to watch the movies that we're discussing. Um, so
Rewatch at
I
least.
so yeah, I'm gonna actually kind of let you take the reins on this, and
Yeah.
because I know that you love these movies. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about National Treasure. Um, these movies star Nicolas Cage. We love Nicolas
Oh
Cage.
yeah. He's great.
Um, it's always a joy to talk about him.
Mhm.
But I haven't had the chance to watch them. I have seen the first one probably like 12 or 13 times. It was one of my favorites as a kid. The
Mhm.
second one I've seen probably two, three times maybe. So I don't know quite as much about that as the other one,
Yeah.
but I do remember enough about them to talk about them. So
There
we'll
you go. And
kind of let it.
I just rewatched them last weekend, so they're fresh on my
Nice.
mind. Not that I
All
needed
right.
to, but
No,
uh,
but before we get started, I understand you have a couple of new purchases you want to show off.
yeah, like I was telling you beforehand, Amazon had sort of a Black Friday sale going
Hmm.
on, a whopping like 5% or whatever. But I got two 4Ks, 4K Blu-rays I've been wanting to add to my collection for a while. The
Nice.
first one is Arrival.
Ah,
I love
yes.
this movie. I watched this for the first time last year, and I went, the fact that this is not even Denis Villeneuve's best movie is insane because it's so good. So
It's
good.
it's
And
fantastic. It is almost perfect.
I was gonna say we definitely need to cover this on the show at some point.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
Speaking of covering on the show, this is up until now my favorite movie that, at least the best movie that I think we've discussed on the show, and that is Heat.
Oh, yes,
4K
that is
Blu-ray.
awesome.
It's the ultimate collector's edition, and the 4K disc is the director's definitive edition. So that's nice, but I just love that. So
That
yeah,
is
I
awesome.
just
Yeah, see, Heat is so good.
yeah, it's great. So
Oh,
oh,
and
oh,
we have a latecomer here, Mr. Michael. How are you this evening, sir?
I step away from my phone for 2 minutes, and I'm the late one.
that's how it works. Yeah.
That is how it
Apparently.
works. The world could have ended, and you would have stepped away from your phone just long enough to not notice.
Oh god, it'd be like, have you seen that skit? Have you seen that skit that the guy's name is Reed Choi? He does like he does some like historical skits and stuff, but he did one that was like ripping on what's it, it's called like Bathtub Time Machine or something like that.
Oh, hot tub time machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot tub time machine, yeah. And he's like, okay, so the shampoo goes forward, the conditioners to go back, blah blah blah. And so he goes back and prevents Japan from ever entering World War II, therefore, stopping the bombs from being dropped on Japan. And he comes back, he goes, what's changed? He goes, I don't know, I've been sitting here waiting for you. And so they go out and they're like, hey, they find a random dude and they're like, hey, what's your views on Japan? They're like, oh, Japan's great. They're making flying cars and they cured cancer and all this. And he's like, whoa, I cured cancer. He's like, wait, do they have Gundams? He goes, what's a Gundam? He goes, like the anime. He goes, what's anime? And they
No.
go, he goes, oh, so we killed anime. Yeah, but we cured cancer. Anime can't be that important. And he like goes into the bathroom and goes back to undo what he did.
Drop the bombs! Drop the bombs!
It's so great. It's so great.
Oh,
I gotta
that
check that
that is
out.
kind of funny. I mean, it
Yeah,
almost sounds like it almost sounds like a Key and Peele sketch.
it does.
It does,
Very
but
much.
it's literally just a guy playing all the he's playing all the characters.
Mm.
Oh, that's great.
So like yeah, it's he's funny. I love his skits. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about National Treasure.
Now, Michael, you since you got here a little bit late, you might not have heard me tell Andrew this, but this is a first for this show. I have not had the chance to rewatch the movies.
I know.
Oh,
Blasphemy.
no.
Yes, I know that this has been in the works for like 3 weeks now, but those 3 weeks have been some of the busiest 3 weeks of my entire fucking life. So
Fair enough.
I
Yeah,
simply
no.
have not had the chance to sit down and watch them. So so I'll kind of I'm gonna let Andrew kind of take the reins on this, and we'll kind of follow along and
Look at that, I
bounce
gotta
off
go.
of his critiques here. And Andrew comes in, worst movie ever. Who the hell's Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I just
Well,
I don't know
actually,
who
his real
suggested
name
these.
is Nick. His real name is actually Nicholas Coppola, but he didn't want to,
Yeah,
ride on the coattails of his uncle. For
I
no.
forgot about that.
That
Yeah.
anytime somebody talks about Nicolas Cage, like that's the one thing that pops in my mind is like, well,
Nobody wants to be related to the guy who made Megalopolis. I'm sorry.
No, of course not. By the way, I don't know why this just had the thought again. So I woke up this morning. Shocker, no one does that.
Holy
And my
shit!
I know, that's crazy, right? And my younger sister was like, "Oh, Drew, do you know whose birthday it is today?" And I go, "Lots of people's." And she's like,
Huh.
"Your favorite, one of your favorite directors of all time." And I was like, "Oh, who?" And she went, "Neil Breen." And I went, "How old is he?" And she went, "He's 67." And I was like, "This is awesome!" Like the joy I felt. So
Oh
I just
my
want to wish a
God.
happy birthday to one of the best directors, producers, writers, and actors out there, Neil Breen.
I
So-
can't believe it's your birthday. I cannot
cannot.
believe it's your birthday.
You know what's funny is when he was birthed, and he and he couldn't see. His first words were, "Where are you? Where am I?"
Where am I? Who am I?
See,
Oh,
what's funny is I've never seen a Neil Breen film.
you
Oh,
need
you're
to check
missing
And
it
out.
every time you guys talk about him, it makes me less inclined to see a Neil Breen film.
Oh,
But
It's way better
just
than Winnie the
hearing
Pooh.
you
I'll tell
guys,
you that.
he- but I will say, listening to you guys say that, all I can think of is, "Where are you?" And I'm so sorry.
now see, if Neil Breen sang that, he would go, "Where are you? I'm so sorry."
I mean, but you think about it. He is such a good computer hacker that he was able to hack into people's brains and make them think he is a best-selling author of blank books that he
He's
goes
su-
back in and writes in.
He's such a good computer hacker. He can hack with computers that aren't even turned on.
Exactly, and get phone calls on phones that aren't even on.
Oh
Just
God.
attach a
about-
satellite randomly
speaking-
to the back of his car and get government signals.
Speaking of good hackers, the guy in these movies, am I right?
Oh, Riley, yeah, he's great.
Riley, yeah, I was blanking on his name for a second. Yeah, Riley. He literally sets up shop in the second one. He literally sets up shop in the bathroom stall and just like does what he has to do and gets out
Yeah.
before they even know he's there. It's so great.
Yeah. Oh, I love these movies.
Yeah. Well,
I forgot.
I
how
like a good
great
heist movie, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what this
Yeah.
is. I mean, like, okay, so you can look at these movies and say, oh, it's all about like American history and the Declaration of Independence and whatnot. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
But at its core, what this movie is a heist movie.
Yeah, it really is. And it's
Well, and-
just oh sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, and these are some of the best movies to watch for like I don't even know what you call them, cageisms, the essence of who Nicolas Cage is as an actor. These portray them very well without it being too over the top. Like he's
Mhm.
very well known for being over the top, but like
Yeah.
has his moments. Like I think there was a moment in the second one that actually like legit caught me off guard. It's when
Oh,
when
yeah,
he's
I
talking
think I
to
know
his
what you're talking about.
dad. He's talking to his dad, and he's like, his dad's like, "Well, why wouldn't you tell me?" He's like, "I don't know. You have a bit of a tendency to overreact."
Yeah.
It just catches me so off guard, and I'm just like, like, how do you not laugh at that? And then he
Yeah.
tells him, he's like, yeah, we're gonna break into the Oval Office. He's like, why would I overreact to that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up with these movies very much. I can't remember exactly how young I was, and I don't know if I just watched it at the right time or what, but it like hooked me right away. And I love a treasure hunt slash heist movie because, especially watching it for the first time, you don't know which clue is going to then lead him to the treasure. At least when you're
Right.
watching, and you're following along. And I love it. Got me
Right.
so into history and wanting to figure out things myself and like go down these rabbit holes about everything and like, oh, what if there really is a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence? And then as I got older and I started understanding more about movies and stuff, just how well written it is and how well acted it is across the board. And you feel that tensity when I was rewatching it, especially. I just felt the just was like, oh, this is great. Like it just down to the wire, even when they get down underneath the church and it appears to be a dead end. You're like, well, crap, we just went all this way and it's a dead end. And they sell it so well that you almost believe like, oh my gosh, is this going to end with them not finding the treasure? But then with the Disney magic, of course, they end up finding it, which it works. Like it doesn't feel like a cop out. Like it worked, it's fitting.
El Dorado.
Exactly. So yeah, and I know people say the second one's a bit of a downgrade, but I still love it too. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I disagree. I disagree. I feel like the stakes are more personal in the second one.
Oh yeah.
Because it's less about finding the treasure and more about like, yes, he wants to find the treasure, but it's because finding the treasure will clear his great grandfather's name.
Yeah.
And so the stakes are a lot more personal. I don't know if either of you guys have watched the HBO show Westworld.
Not yet.
Okay, so the villain in the second one plays the Man in Black in Westworld, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, I know this dude from somewhere. I know it, and I'm like, this is like he looks like Southwestern Vladimir Putin or some shit. Like I'm like,
Ed Harris. Yeah.
And after a while, it clicked, and I'm like, oh, he's really great at playing villains, by the way. And I actually love okay. So first of all, I'd like to say that I'm surprised that Sean Bean survived the first movie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he went to federal prison, but like he lived.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is more than can be said about which is more than can be said about Mitch.
Yeah.
Which is like, I will say my biggest gripe about this movie was the death of Mitch. I actually really wanted him to survive. And there's no, like, literally when the door closes and they turn around and there's sunlight right there. Like, literally, if they could have just found a way to prop the door open with like a rock or something, the dude would have been fine. The water, they were like, oh, the rooms will fill up with water. No, they won't. It's going outside.
Yeah. That's one of those you don't know until you're there, and it's like, well, crap.
Yeah, but I'm just, I don't know. I feel like that was like the one moment I was like, really? Like, this is where you've lost me. Everything else, totally okay with.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I always loved about both, but especially in the first, is the balance of comedy, like with Riley, but then with the drama. So, like when they're in the Charlotte and they find the pipe, and he goes, "Is it $1 million pipe?" And Nicolas Cage is like, "No," and he goes, "Is it $1 billion pipe?" $1
billion pipe?
And then he breaks it. He's like, "Oh, don't break it." Or beforehand when he is looking at like the hammocks that they have up and he moves it and there's the dead pirate and he like flips out and then Ben goes, "You handled that well." Like it's just the little jokes like that it's just it just makes me crack up every time.
And the good thing about the first one especially is that the humor never takes you out of it. It never feels too like ham-fisted or too in your face.
Or on the nose.
Like it's there and then you move on.
Mhm.
Which it doesn't kill the pacing or undermine the stakes at all. And that's something that I really appreciate about the first one, especially, is that it feels genuinely dramatic. Because you have like the cat and mouse game going on between Nick Cage and Sean Bean. You have the whole heist angle of it. I'm okay. What other movie can you think of what has somebody getting shot at, holding the Declaration of Independence in their hands, and the bullets are caught by the bulletproof glass on it? I mean, that is freaking awesome.
That was such a nice touch. Yeah, that was such a nice touch. I'm trying to think because I kind of watched the first one over. I watched the first one over 2 separate days. Like, I started it last week Sunday and finished it today, and then watched the second one all the way through today. So, like, I'm trying to think of like some of my favorite moments from the first one. Like, I don't know. Like, the ending was so funny to me because it's like.
Yeah.
He's like, well, somebody's got to go to prison. He's like, well, it just so happens I know exactly where a guy is at,
Yeah. Well, one thing that I really, really love, as I keep saying that, is I love a really good written, smart character that's not just over the top. They never explain why they're smart. It's like Ben with all the history. He'll explain, like, this is why I know this, or this is why. It's not just like, oh, yeah, I just know this. Like, it gives backstory, and he's literally obsessed over this treasure since his grandfather told him when he was, I don't know, 10 years old, 11 years old. And so you're talking 30 something years. And like when he plans the heist to get into the gala, and of course it was a lot easier to do that stuff back then. But even like Riley being able to break into all the computers and stuff, cameras and all that stuff. But even it's so well written that it doesn't, I don't sit there going, well, that's unrealistic. Like, it just,
I mean, everything feels like it has a place. Everything feels like it happens for a reason, and you can very easily connect the dots between what happens and the context around which it happens. Which, I mean, not every movie does that. I mean, Krull.
Attack Force.
Well, Attack Force is definitely a major contender for what the fuck is happening right now. But yeah, everything in National Treasure, I mean, despite the fact that it has this fantastical premise, it feels very grounded. And the things that they show you that lead to this treasure, the clues that are laid out, they feel realistic.
Like you could realistically go on a hunt like this and find
nothing feels like it's too far out of left field. And I mean, you want to talk about good characters in the movie? Diane Kruger, I loved her in this movie.
Oh, she's awesome.
She was great.
That's a point I was going to bring up, is how many big name actors are in this movie, and it never takes you out. You have Christopher Plummer, opening scene. All right, John Voight, Nicolas Cage, Diane Kruger. The guy who plays, I always blank on Riley's real life name, but he's a great actor. Hangover, stuff like that. Sean Bean. I'm sure there's others I'm blanking on at the moment, but that's an example. National Treasure 2, the guy that plays the president. I'm blanking on his name, but he's a pretty big actor. So it's like, when that doesn't take you out, that's a sign that you're watching a very well written movie. So
it gives you the impression that this movie was written for the characters that are in it, as opposed to the actors who could play in it.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Kind of to touch back on the comedy a little bit, one of my favorite bits from the first one is when he actually has the Declaration of Independence, and he's trying to sneak out with it from the gift shop, and the lady's like, "Are you gonna pay for that?" And I'm just like, and he goes and pays for it twice.
Yes.
So he can get a fake
with the credit card too. Come on, Ben.
With the credit card. Well, I mean,
he had to, but still, yeah.
He didn't have the cash. He wasn't expecting to need cash.
Right.
I
Exactly.
also love the fact that he blends so well into a party that he's not invited to. One of my
Exactly.
favorite one of my favorite things he says in the second one is like, maybe one day I'll get to wear. He's like putting on the tux or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll get to wear this to a party I'm actually invited to.
Yeah. I know it's great.
And then he just walks up with like a bottle of champagne. He's like, you didn't see a tall brunette go past, did you? And it's just like so nonchalant, like he absolutely belongs there.
See, that's what you got
And
to
it's
do.
so
You have that's how you blend in. You don't bring attention to yourself. You're just nonchalant. You act like you belong there, and people aren't going to think otherwise. And
Yeah.
that's what he
fake
does.
it
He
till
acts
you
like
do.
he's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the good old act
also
natural.
Yeah.
I also love the way that he gets out of the federal crimes that he commits in the two
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Like the first one is literally he finds a treasure that everybody thought was fake, and so they're like,
Mhm.
okay, since you gave the Declaration of Independence back and you obviously like contributed to a historical find, we're gonna let you off. The second one, it's literally just he proves that he was right and the president's impressed. He's like, well, as far as I remember, we were just two people exploring a abandoned cave that a door accidentally got shut on. This man saved my life. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Well,
And see, that's exactly what it amounts to, because it's like Nicolas Cage does all these, on paper, illegal things, and someone's like, okay, but you're gonna have to go to jail. But Nick Cage is
Yeah.
like, okay, but I was right.
Yeah.
And the person's
Well,
like,
I mean,
oh,
you know what?
I'm stuck.
You know
Never
what?
mind then.
When he reads the Declaration, though, he says, it summarizes that sometimes if you have to do something that is socially deemed wrong in order to do something right. So he knew that if Ian, who could steal the Declaration, got his hands on the Declaration, he would more than likely ruin it. So he
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
it's backwards. He knew that the only way to protect it is to steal it. Which he even says, he's like, it's backwards. And so, but one of my favorite bits, real quick, Michael, because you made me think of this,
Yeah.
and I still quote this to this day, when they're going to meet Dr. Brown for the first time, and they think it's a man, and Riley goes, very cute man, but Ben changes his last name, because the Gates are not well respected, and then she turns to Riley, and he goes, Bill. And I'm like, Riley, you don't have to change your name. Like, you're fine. But I will quote that to this day. Like, when someone is I see someone introducing themselves, I'll be like, Bill. Like, it's just great.
That's fun. That's funny. But it makes me wonder if they had planned to do a third movie, because at the end of the second one, they hint at, like, the president has him look at a specific page in the president's book.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't see what it is that's on that page, and they mention it again at the end of the second movie. So it's like, I wonder if they had planned a third one and the second one did poorly at the box office or something, and so they just scrapped it.
I know they announced a couple years ago one, and they're working on one right now. I think they're trying to get like Nicolas Cage on board, Riley on board, Diane Kruger on board. Like, I think they're trying. And this is one of those movie series where I'm like, yes, like, I was not personally a fan of the Disney Plus series. There was a few parts, like when Riley appeared in an episode, where I was like, okay, that was fun. But
holy shit, there was a Disney Plus
I
series? I didn't even
Yes,
it
came out, golly, it was like end of 22 or end of 23, and I don't recommend it. It's bad. It's not at all like the movies. But there is an episode, if you want to check it out, that Riley is in, and that was the highlight of the show for me, that he was in it, because it connects to the movies. Outside of that, it was boring. It did not have the same feel as the movies, and I was like, well, this is a disappointment, because I was like, oh, a new National Treasure project, this is awesome. And I was
I do like the way that they kind of, like, I don't want to say finished his arc, but like how they like kind of came full circle at the end of the second movie for Riley, where it's like the girl's like, aren't you that treasure hunter guy? He's like, no, you probably thinking of Ben. She goes, no, it's you. I've read your book. And he's just like,
he drops the bag. Yeah.
He drops the, he's like, somebody read my book and it's a she and she's pretty. What? Like,
well, this is an interesting detail at the end of the first one. They had to so I went on the special features, because I realized I never really looked at it on my Blu-ray, and one of it was deleted scenes, and I was like, oh, awesome. And some were extended, but they actually, the original ending that they shot was Ben and Abigail are at the Declaration, and they're like seeing that it's back, and then they walk off and leave, and that's how the movie ended originally. But it didn't perform. They were like, this doesn't fit. So then they shot the ending at the end, but the guy that plays Riley for a different role had shaved his head. He had to shave it for a role, so he's actually wearing a wig in that scene, because he shaved his head when they thought that they were done, and his whopping 1%, or half a
The
percent,
Ferrari.
whatever he said. Yeah, and I'm like, you got a Ferrari,
Yeah.
but Ben did get the girls though.
That was another great line from the second one. It's like, do you know how much taxes are on $5 million? $6 million.
Yes, yeah, I love.
Yeah,
and
he's sitting on
and then he gets
1%.
Yeah,
and then he gets it back at the end of the movie. The president's just like, tax free. Here you go.
and then he crashes it, and I'm like, Riley, oh, like that's just the most Riley thing ever.
What a waste.
Yeah. And I love in the second one that we see like Ben's mom. That's another big Helen Mirren being Ben's mom.
Yeah.
The guy from Modern Family, I'm blanking on his name in real life, but who Abigail's dating.
I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name in real life, but in Modern Family, he's Phil.
That's right, Phil. Yeah. He's great.
He was so funny in this movie. Like, he's just absolutely head over heels for Abigail, and she knows it, and she's just like, it's like, oh, maybe we put the earring over here. And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
And what's funny is when they're searching, she was never standing over there, which is what's funny. But he's just, like you said, he's like so in love with her, and he's not even paying attention to. Which is like maybe the bunnies, she was never standing by the bunnies. Like, it's just funny.
Yeah,
it's great. That's how the humor is.
We wouldn't want an earring to be found in the Oval Office that doesn't belong to the First Lady. He's like, yeah, especially since we're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah.
See?
One thing this was something that just never occurred to me until I was rewatching the second one, because I hadn't rewatched the second one in a bit, but the relative Thomas Gates at the beginning who shot, and with the whole paper and document, is pretty obvious, but that's the same relative that's in the first one that got the clue of The Secret Lives of Charlotte. It's not the same actor, but it's the same character. It's the same, because when he's telling the story, he says my great grandfather Thomas Gates was. I'm pretty sure, because I was like, Thomas Gates. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure in the first one, that's the same character.
I think you're right. It just
it's not the same actor, obviously, but it never clicked with me until I'll fact check that. But I'm pretty sure, because I was like, that makes sense. On why, like, there's a time jump.
Well, especially he was super young. He was portrayed as super young, like a young man, like maybe he's late teens, early 20s in the first film, and then in the second film he's more middle aged.
With the son,
he's father and all that, and so there's only like, I think there's only like a 20 or 30 year gap in between.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, whoever they got to play Lincoln for that brief shot looked a lot. They got someone. Yeah, with the makeup, they made it really look like Lincoln, even though you only see him for like half a shot, like
half a second. Yeah.
But even the intensity. I love how
Cam just disappeared.
No, I'm still here. I'm taking care of something real quick. Keep talking. I'm listening.
Okay. Anyway, but I love, even in the second one, from the opening of the movie, you're instantly locked in. At least I am invested with the intensity of it. With this document comes forward, because you never want your relative to be a liar. When you've been told this story for generations, it never occurs to you, oh, is this the truth? And when someone comes forward and is like, hey, sorry, but this is the case, it's like, well, crap. Our name already is in the mud with the history community. This just makes it worse. So I love the concept of them like you said earlier, it's more personal with them having to find the treasure to prove
Yeah.
my great
Well,
grandfather
and
said.
Mitch to me was such an interesting villain because
Mhm.
I kept changing how I felt about him throughout the movie. Like
Yeah,
for most of the movie, obviously you're like, this guy is just, he's
a
just
jerk.
after the treasure and
Yeah,
he's a jerk and all this. And then you find out, like what his motives are and whatever, and you're like, I can't fault you for that. And then you find
yeah,
out that like he deliberately slandered Thomas Gates' name to get Ben
yeah.
to want to go after the treasure so that
His
he could. I'm like, that's a scummy move.
I was
And
gonna
then
say his
he's
ethics are not good, so
and then he's like helping them find the way out. And then they open the thing and he's like, actually, I'm going to be the first one to leave. You
yeah,
guys can all get, and Ben's
yeah,
like, okay, I guess I'm going to sacrifice myself.
yeah,
And then somehow it gets flip flopped.
yeah,
And I'm just like, okay, so now he's sacrificing himself.
yeah.
It was
Well,
it was a very
it was
I
interesting
don't it's not a
because
complaint. It's not a
no,
complaint. I think it was very well done to make it like a conflicting
yeah,
emotional state in regards to the antagonist.
because he even did it earlier when they were in the cave thing and they were on that rock that like rotates like this, or they even out their weight. And I think
Yeah.
he's not inherently wrong in his. Everyone here is a family, but me. I'm the odd one out, and I think he used that as a defense factor of like, hey, it'd be very easy to just be like, oh, sorry, Mitch, you fell. Like, I think that's his mindset. Even though Ben's
Sure.
not going to screw him over, like we know that, but he's
Sure.
thinking, and so yeah, but I think he realizes. I think at the end there, he sees the writing on the wall, and he's like, and that's why he's like, credit me with the finding of the treasure, which obviously Ben does. But yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely flip flopped with him because one scene, he's trying to kill him, and he's like, but I need your help. Now I'm going to try to kill you. Now I need your help. Like, he definitely needed to
Yeah.
make up his mind on what he wanted. So
At the very least, at least Ian Sean Bean in the first
yeah,
one was like, I'm gonna leave you down here to die now. If I
yeah,
do need your help, I know where to find you.
exactly.
Like he
Yeah,
he was very much like,
yeah,
mm,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
which
And
that was a
I
great
would, I
moment
don't,
in the movie.
I couldn't imagine walking down wooden steps that were over 200 years old and termite damage and just be like, yeah, which, obviously one of his henchmen falls to his death, but I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't trust that wood at all. But
Yeah, well, it's like Ben's dad says. He's like 200 years of rotten termite damage. Like, no, I'm
mhm,
not doing that.
yeah,
And then Ben's like, no, Dad, just do it. It's okay. Like, I
yeah,
get it. He has a gun on you, but like
yeah,
saying it'll be okay does not mean it's going to be okay, Ben.
exactly.
Like,
I loved,
oh, you say it's okay? Oh, I guess the termites are not
yeah,
an issue then. Okay, great.
yeah. Ben took time to really step on it, make sure they're nice and sturdy. Um, knocked on. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I love when they
Slapped a rail and went, that's not going anywhere.
exactly. That's why you step on the edges where the nails were. You don't step in the middle. But anyway, it's movies. I love when they're getting their new outfits and they're trying to find the Liberty Bell for the
Hmm.
next clue. And Riley's like, I know something about history that y'all don't. And he's like really milking the moment. And they're like, what is it, Riley?
Yeah,
And he's like, well, daylight
daylight
savings
savings
hadn't
time.
been invented yet. So technically we haven't missed it. But then you see Ian and his guys, they go to the wrong bell because it was
Hmm.
moved. The bell was moved from its original
They went to the
location.
they went to the bell, not the tower.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And I thought that part was just funny with Riley going. And then he goes at the end. There's another thing he asks him. He's like, do you know? He asked him something, they knew it. And he's like, God dang it. He's like, I thought I had you there.
It was
But
something about, it says, do you know who invented daylight savings time? They're like
that's
Benjamin
right.
Franklin.
Yeah. And he's like,
And
you guys would have known that if you read my book.
I would say he actually points out two things that they don't know throughout the series There's the
Yeah.
daylight savings one, and there's the whole literally the title of the movie
The
is
President's Book.
because
Yeah.
the Book of Secrets. You know.
Yeah, I love his defeated look when they're trying to figure out, and he's like, "Did none of you read my book?" And then Ben pulls out the package and he opens it. He's like, "You didn't even open it," you know?
He's like, I was moving.
Yeah, exactly. But it's and I loved growing up watching this movie. I loved the idea of there being a president's secret book. Like I was fascinated by that idea. I was like, what if this is real? Like I'm sure there's maybe not something quite like that, but I'm sure there's some form of president, something that they probably passed down that we just don't know. I mean, maybe we just got to check the Library of Congress just to see, you know, who knows? Maybe they put it in plain sight. But
Also, shout out to Spencer who couldn't bother to be here for D&D, but can show up to comment.
Wow. Jeez. Come on, Spencer. Unless he's on his own treasure hunt, you know, you never know.
You never know.
We don't have any clues for you, though, so we do apologize. I'm trying to think what else, because I know I've kind of jumped around a bit.
There we go. Yes,
he's back.
Yes, sorry, Spencer. I'm taking care of something outside of this right now. So that's why my screen's black. So I will chime in when I'm able. I just need a couple more minutes here.
Okay. Let me think here. I'm trying to think of talking points because like I said, I love both movies, and it's kind of easy to jump around both and just kind of talk about them.
Yeah. I will say while these are some of my favorite heist movies, they still are not my favorite heist movie or / treasure hunt movie. That one will always go out to Sahara, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, okay.
I love that movie. It's just so over the top, like. But in
I need to watch
that.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's so great because it takes the idea of the fact that the Sahara used to be like a lush green, like oasis that got dried up over the the years or whatever. But basically, they're trying to find this warship, this like I think it's like World War I or World War II warship. That is full of gold or something, and it somehow ended up in the middle of the Sahara, and they have no idea how it could have happened. And so it's like the whole, well, maybe the Sahara got flooded, and you know, it's such an interesting film, the concept alone, and it's Matthew McConaughey from like early 2000s, so like
exactly. How can you not love him then? Of course, I'm from Texas, so I mean, you know. He's kind of our guy. I love when
he's kind of your mascot right up there with Hank Hill.
Exactly. I love. I don't know why that made me think of it in the first one when they're looking for Charlotte, and one of Ian's goons is like, "How could a ship end up out here?" And Riley's like,
"It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same concept." That's what made me think of it. Actually, was that scene.
Yeah. And he's explaining the science of the freezing, melting, refreezing. It's just it's those little things that over the course of the whole movie. Like when they first when they go see his dad, when they're like, the FBI is already going to be at my apartment, and Ben's like, got a bit of a problem. And his dad's like, is she pregnant?
His dad's like, is she pregnant? And he's like, he goes along with it. He's like, well, if she was, would you leave the woman carrying your grandchild out in the cold?
Yeah. And what this leads to is we get to see the relationship dynamic between him and his dad. I mean, we see it at the beginning, but when he's like, this better not be about the treasure. And then Ben's like, well, it is about the treasure. And he's like, I found the Charlotte. And for a second, his dad's like, you found the Charlotte? And he's like, yeah, and we found another clue. And his dad goes on this rant about how it'll always be
going to be another
clue. And he talks about his theory of that the treasure was a myth to always keep the British off the tail. And which when you're kind of watching it and they keep finding clues, you kind of start to believe the dad a bit. You're almost like, okay, maybe this is true.
Yeah, I mean, you can see where he's coming from, and I mean, logically,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Exactly. And even
Yeah.
towards the end, when Ben figures out with the glasses, but he's trying to trick Ian, and he's like, Wall Street. He said, here at the wall, and he's telling about the trees, and he said, that's the treasure. He said, this is the end. But Ian catches his bluff. He's like, Ian, I played poker earlier in the movie. You know I can't bluff. You need to know if Shaw can
And the other,
catch.
and he's like, the key to a good bluff is you have to know when you're holding all the cards, and then that's when you find out that like he has his dad. And like,
Mhm.
I love that. I wish that there was some, I don't know, deleted scene or extended scene near the end of the movie where we see Ben's dad playing like poker, like having like a poker night, because I really feel like the bluff they give Ian at the end was 100% sold by his dad.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like
Yeah,
because
I agree.
He's like one by land, two by sea, one so they can and they leave and Abigail's like they didn't come by sea though, they came by there was two lanterns or however it was, and
Yeah.
he's like he's basically like, yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Exactly. Oh, it's so great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and then Riley
Ian-
says, and Riley's in like, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but he said we're still stuck down here.
yeah,
He's like, it's like doesn't matter if we're gonna die. Like,
yeah. I mean, like
Riley
Sean
is
Bean
the
is definitely not the history nerd that Nick Cage is, but it's something that I think the movie does really well. Is just giving us the feeling that these two really have legitimate history together. You know, and that they don't feel like just two guys who are put in the movie to banter. That they feel like they've adventured together before. They feel
we
like
know-
they've gone through the shit before.
well, we know based on a quote earlier in the movie that they've known each other at least for 2 years, because
Yeah.
when they find the Charlotte, that's when Ben says, if you hadn't shown up 2 years ago with the investment, and all this stuff. So yeah, we know, they didn't just meet 2 weeks ago on a
Right.
theory
they-
website,
they-
so
yeah, Mr. Green, Mr. Blue.
Yeah. But even like it's like Ben is always like 2 steps ahead, because by the time he's on like the next clue, Ian is just now figuring out the previous clue. And so,
Well, and that's why I feel like it's so funny that bluff got him in the end, because if you're not somebody who's like active like that, your job, your life is history, specifically American history. Like, yeah, you may have learned in school that it was, Paul Revere had 2 lanterns signaled to him, whatever. But in the heat of the moment, hearing like, oh, well, it was 1 lantern, like, you're not going to question that. You're just gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, like, or you're going to start overthinking it and double question it. So it's such a brilliant tactic that they used there. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if they were just.
I think Ian is blinded a lot by greed. Like, he wants to find the treasure so bad, and then he's told he has technically in that moment he has the upper hand. So he thinks out of desperation they're telling him, and even when they're like, "Hey, you can't. We just told you where it is." And Michael says a quote, "Well, then I'll know where to find you if I need you." He's in that moment. He's like, "I got this. I continue to have the upper hand. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Well, that's
No one's
something
ever
that this
gonna
movie
find
does. There's something this movie does pretty well in terms of its writing. With this confrontation that's going on between these two characters, Ian learns the clues after Nick Cage, but Ian has more resources, so he's able to kind of, even though he's learning the meaning behind the clues after Nick Cage, he's still able to keep pace with them, and so it keeps. The movie keeps that forward momentum. It never feels like it's stalling.
And they do the exact same thing sort of in Book of Secrets. Mitch finds a way to have the resources. So like when he syncs up the phone with Ben's dad's phone, while he's not able to
phone,
he clones it. So while he uses that because he knows it's a little bit different than Ian. He knows that he's not necessarily going to know where to find the clues, but he knows if he can hear the calls and see the text, that'll tell him where to go. And so he's kind of always a little bit behind him. And I love the scene at the palace, not only with Riley going up into the toilets to set up base, but then the banter, the fight between Ben and Abigail, when Ben doesn't even know Abigail's going to be there, and then when he sees the when he gets the security when he gets the security card and he does his British accent, it's great. Just a bit, you know.
Going to arrest a man for that.
It's great.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of?
Sure.
Have you ever seen that John Travolta movie, The Fanatic?
No.
I don't think
No.
so.
It was directed by Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit. And John Travolta plays a guy who's obsessed with this actor, but his day job, it's really a night job, but his job is like a British impersonator on the streets. And so there's a scene where John Travolta is practicing his accent in a mirror, and he's going, poppycock, poppycock. It's so obviously fake that I can't help but laugh at it. It's so just ridiculously fake.
I'm hearing it. I see, when I think of John Travolta, my mind will always go back to Grease.
I was gonna say Face Off, another fun Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
I'm a priest. But like every time I think of John Travolta, I think of Grease. So when I hear you say that, I'm imagining him in like his Danny voice, like poppycock. Like
one of the first movies I ever saw John Travolta in, I'm blanking on the name, but it's the one he did. I think it was a Disney movie with Robin Williams, and there's the cover has like a gorilla. There's like a gorilla in the movie. I'm trying to think of.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm blanking on the name. I gotta look it up now.
Like to be honest, now that I think about it, I haven't seen very many John Travolta movies.
I know.
The only Disney movie I can say I've seen that has a gorilla in it is like Mighty Joe Young.
Old Dogs. Old Dogs is the name.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking George the Jungle.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, you haven't seen the 2D
Young
version where he's George?
Movie.
One thing I just thought of in the sequel that I was talking about with well-written, smart characters is when he finds the wooden plank in the desk and they're leaving the palace and Mitch is behind him. They have that card chase and Ben is like, I'm going to run a red light. And you're like, why is he going to run a red light? And he says, give me the plank. And so the pictures, because he knows Riley can hack in, even though Riley doesn't like the assumption. But I'm like, that's something that's like that quick thinking is like, it's so fun to watch because it's like someone could think that up. That's not out of left field. Like, oh, that's unrealistic, you know?
Well, I also love the little bit of humor there as well, because I think Riley 100% said the line about I don't like that you assume that I can.
Yes, he does.
Strictly for Abigail's like benefit, like just to get a laugh out of her to kind of break up the tension a little bit, which I thought was excellent writing, excellent character writing. Because he is very much like mom and dad, please stop fighting.
Yes. And even when they find out that she has Mitch like on speed dial, he's like, you have Mitch on speed dial? You know, like because she had the dinner with him. But yeah, Riley definitely seems like can you guys stop fighting? That's funny.
Mom says it's my turn for the Xbox.
I haven't died yet. You know.
Well, you tell your mother that I'm still playing.
I'll tell you this: having siblings back when like Temple Run was a big game, like in the 2010s or whatever.
Temple Run! Holy crap!
Yeah. We would always, we'd be like, when you die or you get caught, it's my turn next. Well, what you would do is you would wait for when your sibling's not looking, then you die, and then you quickly start a game again, and then you get far enough, and it's like, then they look back and they don't know, they weren't paying attention to how many coins you got. They won't know that you died, so didn't always work.
But, man. For us, it was, we had too many people wanting to play Black Ops Zombies. And so we would always have to take turns with that. That was more my teenage years, though. When I was real young, it was like, it's my turn to play the Game Boy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that was a bit before my siblings' time. So, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Same concept, you know. But I guess
I
what kind of
remember
like
the.
well, that was just
Oh.
rude.
Sorry about that.
Well, I
I
guess
hit the wrong button.
fine. I'm out of here. You know, I'm out of here
See
now.
you guys going home. There we go.
You
Okay.
got them. Get it home. But yeah, no, I was saying when I was like a really little kid, the argument was it's my turn to play the Game Boy. You know.
Yeah. And Cam's probably older than y'all are probably actually around the same age, I think. So
I think Cam's 2 or 3 years older than me.
I'm 33.
You're 3 years older than me. I just turned 30.
Well,
I gotcha.
It'd be the same.
See,
Yeah.
back in my day, to get to the movie theater, I had to walk uphill both ways, barefoot in the snow. Had to share my mittens with my sister.
Right.
I almost said when Andrew was talking about the scene in the second one where they clone the cell phone, I almost said, "Yeah, you youngins wouldn't know anything about that kind of technology."
Well, you know, it's still
Like,
kind of a thing, actually.
Yeah, but you can't really you can't.
No,
You're not going to take somebody's iPhone and clone their iPhone like
No, I
that.
wouldn't, no. Not unless I was tracking down some treasure. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Cam, I need to fly up to Tennessee to see your phone. No reason, just
Hey, you can clone my phone all you want. Just do not look at my browser history.
I was gonna say I may not want to clone your phone. Actually,
You will see some funky stuff.
Yeah, a lot of its top searches are Steven Seagal
into-
fighting, Neil Breen movies. You know.
Remember, he's into drumming and anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really so much anime. That's not quite my thing, but
Steven Seagal.
I will say that I have a bunch of midget porn on my phone because it takes up less space.
Oh my god.
And there's your dad joke for the day.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, I don't even have an iPhone, so I couldn't clone your phone, so you don't have to worry about it. But I guess just kind of rounding out my thoughts overall on the movies is I'm glad that we have discussed them because, like I said, these are two of my all-time favorite movies. Just because, I mean, I don't know if you were here, Michael. This was the first ever Blu-ray that I ever got. I had seen, I'm pretty sure I had seen the movies at that point. But gosh, it was either Christmas or birthday that I got them, and I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old, kind of that age range. And like I said, it got me so into history, just American history as a whole. And then the nostalgia factor of just, like, oh, I grew up with these. It's a lot of fun. And outside of all that, they're just great movies overall, both of them. And it's a franchise that I hope they continue. I hope they get a third one done and that they get most of the actors to return. That it's not a Disney Plus original. Let's get it in the theater.
Yeah.
Get it, have as much of the original crew return as possible that you can. So
if they do a third one and it doesn't have anything to do with like page 42 or whatever it was from the book, I'm going to be very upset. Because like at the very least, even if that's not what the whole movie is about, can we at least get the payoff? Like mention what was on that, like
because you are. I can't remember.
Say something. It could be a McDonald's menu for all I care. Just give us some kind of payoff for it.
Because I mean, you are.
I don't. The meaning of life,
Yeah. Because also too, I don't know how old Nicolas Cage is, but if you wait too long, you're going to get to a point where it's almost unrealistic for him to be running around.
He's in his 60s now, I think.
Yeah. So if you wait too much longer to get it going, because I know it's in like pre-production. Yeah, he's 61. I'm gonna look it up. I think it's in the early stages of like announced. Maybe I don't even know if it's in pre-production yet. But yeah, if you wait too long, you're gonna start getting like Liam Neeson with Taken, where it's
Oh
like,
my God.
okay, like
Hey, all right, Liam, what we need you to do is jump over this fence. Just make sure you do it like 18 times so we can cut it together into 12 different cuts for 3 seconds of action. Please just do that.
And
so it looks like
Liam
it's
Neeson's
just still in the works.
oh,
So
bollocks.
yeah,
Poppycock.
and I know he's not doing a lot of stunts, but just the idea of like all this running around. One
Yeah.
thing I thought that occurred to me while watching this that I was thinking of is, I wonder what Ben does for work.
He's
Because
a treasure hunter. What do you mean?
well, yeah,
He's a treasure hunter. He doesn't need to work.
but like before
Yeah.
he found the treasure, like his money, like what what I mean? It would have been, like it'd just be interesting.
He conned people into sponsoring him.
Well,
I
that's
thought we
true.
understood that with Sean Bean's character. Like,
Well, no, I got that, but I meant like before all that. Like he had an apartment, he had like these stuff. Like
See, well,
I don't think
what he did was
paying
he
his
he inserted himself into Hollywood with the name Nicolas Cage. And, and he became an actor and he moonlights as a treasure hunter.
There you go.
this is giving this new theory is giving me Tenacious D vibes.
No, Dingus, you should not watch the Taken movies.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just going
haven't
to tell you
watched
right now.
I just know enough that they're bad.
Fun.
So
The first one's pretty good.
The first one was okay, but then whenever they got Olivia Megaton to direct Taken 2 and 3, then it was just all downhill from there. He cannot direct action. I mean, he directed Columbiana, and Andrew, you saw how terrible that was.
that was rough. That 10-second clip was.
I don't think I've seen any of the Taken movies besides the first one, so
Keep it that way.
I saw a video once.
I saw it and I was like, this is the perfect ending, like to this story.
I saw a video once of someone. It was Taken the musical, and it's when he's on the phone for the first time, like I guess talking to whoever took his daughter. But it's like him singing. They were able to edit it for him to be like singing, and it's great. I still want to watch
is
the
it like
movie, but it's
auto?
great.
Is it like auto tuned or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But it was funny. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this though.
I don't know who you are.
It's exactly like that. I gotta see if I can find the video.
See, all I'm thinking of is all I'm thinking of is that one video of the girl who makes like an eHarmony introduction video, and she just starts talking about how she loves cats, and it's somebody auto-tuned it, and it's like, I love cats, I love every kind of cat, I just want to hold all of them, but I can't.
Oh my god,
it's hilarious.
There's one that somebody does. I'll see if I can find it and I'll send it to the group chat later. But it's one where they take like clips from old World of Warcraft commercials. Like there's one where they the one that had Mr. T in it. And they auto-tune it, and he's like, I'm Mr. T, and I'm a night elf mohawk, a night elf mohawk, a night elf mohawk.
God, I remember seeing that commercial back in like 2007.
Dang.
That was such a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know if I was talking about it.
Back then, Andrew was shitting in his diapers, doing poop art on the walls.
What are you talking about? What's this?
Past tense, please.
Yeah.
I'm actively shitting right now.
I cannot believe I pooped my pants. I cannot believe.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's you're pooping your pants, and Neil Breen's next to you, and he's like, "You can't do this.
You know what?
Cannot do this."
I'm gonna do that as a dad, and like not tell my wife about Neil Breen, so she's like, "What the heck is going on?" I cannot like
plot
if I'm
twist,
like
plot twist. She's secretly a super Neil Breen fan.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey babe, come to bed. I'm tired. I can't. I'm gonna keep on hacking into these government secrets. See what I can find out."
That is not. Yeah, Michael. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I have a Neil Breen shirt that's like the greatest government hacker, like all you need. And when I went to Dallas Fan Fest, I took it to wear just because I was like, this will be fun. I had 2 people come up to me and compliment my shirt because they're like Neil Breen fans, and I'm like, they exist. Yes,
It's not just me.
yeah. It's not just me and Cam. You know,
Oh goodness.
one of the worst
Neil
performances.
Breen fans are real. I
Yeah.
have seen them.
One of the worst acting performances, though, in any Neil Breen movie is, I think it's Fateful Find. No, it's not Fateful Findings. It's I Am Here Now.
You
It's
can
the
pick
baby.
one.
I can pick one. It's the baby, and I Am Here Now that the sister has. Where she
Oh.
pushes around the cart. That baby gave no emotion, no performance of any kind. It's a fake baby, Michael. That's a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, not that a baby would give any kind of performance, but yeah.
Or when the wife dies, Emily, Emily,
Wake up.
wake up.
What we need is National Treasure collab with Neil Breen to have Neil and Ben go on a treasure hunt together.
Oh my god.
And when and just have Neil be saying the whole time, isn't that corrupt? Isn't that betraying the people's trust? Isn't that in people's best interest?
Oh,
And then he's just
geez.
running in the desert,
And then-
screaming.
and then Nick Cage just looks. I'm trying to think of like a great Nicolas Cage line to insert there.
Here's what
Like-
happens: Riley moves away, and he needs a hacker. Neil Breen.
I would pay my bottom dollar to watch that.
Yeah.
You
Can
know
you
what?
imagine? And then
You know what? Make the ending be like Neil Breen turns on him because he can't agree with like his methods, and he starts hacking against Nicolas Cage. So then Riley comes in and like hacks against Neil Breen, and they have a hack off.
well, you could market that, yeah. No, but what would be really
I'm
funny
putting my
is
trademark on it.
if Neil is hacking on the computers that don't work, but everything is working out. So he's not actually hacking, but everything's working out for Ben. Like he's hacking, and then they break the fourth wall, and Ben's like, "These computers don't even work."
Oh,
All right,
On
no
a
more
side
Neil
note,
Breen.
I would
It's his
absolutely
birthday.
watch.
So
On a side note, I would absolutely watch a feature-length film. I would watch multiple feature-length films with Nicolas Cage as Superman. I just want that to be known.
well, I mean,
why
if
not?
he were younger. Okay, so the Nick Cage Superman that we got in the Flash was Superman with like long hair, and he was like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
angry and brutal and whatnot. He could have been, if he was younger, he could have been like the Absolute Universe Superman. I could have seen that.
Sure, sure.
But I mean, we got Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. We got him with his face on fire, going. "Ah!"
I will say, I think Ghost Rider was the first Nick Cage movie I ever saw. And that made an impression on me. I loved Ghost Rider, the first one. The second one I thought was absolute dog shit because they retconned so much of the first movie
Yeah.
to make anyway. I won't go into all that, but I loved the first Ghost Rider. I thought it was so cool. It wasn't the first Marvel movie I saw in a theater, but it was the first like adult movie I saw in a theater, for lack of a better term, like Ghost Rider and Punisher. My dad took me to see both of those in the theater. The original, not original, I guess,
I know what you mean.
like
from the 2000s.
the one that has John Travolta, the one that has John Travolta as the villain.
Oh yeah,
but,
Ghost Rider
yeah.
is one of those non-MCU Marvel movies that I actually haven't seen yet. I believe it or not, I actually think I own it,
Dude,
and I need to watch it. It's
first one
always
is
been on my list.
so good. It
Yeah.
has Sam Elliott in it. Which is
Ooh,
just
nice.
he's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of novelty in that
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amen. So,
All right. Well, I'd say that now that we've gone a little off the rails here. I mean, we're still
Yeah.
talking about Nicolas Cage, but we went from National Treasure to Ghost Rider, which is quite a
Yeah.
leap.
Well, and a little bit of Neil
You
Breen in there for his
bitches!
birthday.
It's
So.
Yeah.
all for honey.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, I'd say that'll do it for tonight's episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. Thank you, fellas, very much for joining me. Anybody have any shameless plugs to give to the audience? Andrew, what you got for us?
Yeah, well, just real quick, I just want to say I'm glad we got to talk about these movies because I love
Yeah.
them, and I've never really been able to talk about them before. So, I mean, you know what I mean, like on a show. Like I've talked
Sure.
about them before, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. So, tomorrow night on the Feast of Phantoms YouTube channel, we're going live for MCU Mondays. We're doing Jessica Jones season 2, episode 8. It's been a lot of fun watching a lot. I haven't seen season 2 of Jessica Jones yet, and David and Debbie have, so it's been fun watching that for the first time. Thursday night on the Cantina Happy Hour, Cam and I will be joining David and Debbie for the Clone Wars. I think it's another single episode, if I remember correctly.
I forget.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
You've done
if
so
it
much
is,
Clone Wars, I can't remember.
I know if it is, then it's at least season 2, episode 16 for sure.
Yeah.
It might be 16 and 17. I don't know. And then, oh wait, no, we're not going live this week because Thanksgiving's on Thursday. So I guess we're taking
Oh,
that off. Yeah,
I-
I just remembered
I
that.
completely forgot about
Oh.
that.
But I actually still have a shameless plug for Thursday night. I'll let you have that, Michael. Actually, I won't take that. But Saturday night on the Dingiston YouTube channel, we're going live for Smallville. We're doing season 1, episode 7 and 8. And that's been a
Nice.
lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the show. And so, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. How about you, Michael? Anything?
Well, I was lost for half a second there when you said about Thursday. I was like, Thursday? What the hell do we have doing Thursday? And then it clicked. So tomorrow night, actually, over
nice.
on Tabletop Lounge, we are, unless Spencer, because Spencer's not here, I'll shout it out for him. Unless something comes up, we should be having another session of the Tabletop Lounge Trails of Conspiracy. D&D, so that's fun. I'm also working on a kind of shorter tabletop RPG. It's I don't fully understand the mechanics of it yet, but it's essentially a noir film tabletop RPG. So very like noir detective, like you have to solve a murder in Chicago in the 30s or something. Like I thought it was a cool idea, and a few people seem to agree. So
Nice.
I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't even know if we're going to stream that or not, but that might be coming to Tabletop Lounge or Dingus Den at some point, maybe, if Spencer is cool with that. And then Thursday, we do have the part 2 of the Batman Long Halloween comic book reading coming out, the Thanksgiving issue. We recorded that a week ago yesterday, I think.
I think so, yeah.
So I think we still have some like sound effects and stuff to do. Unless Chris got all that taken care of already. But yeah, so that's dropping on Thursday, so be sure to look out for that. We had a lot of fun with that one. We had Andrew with us for that one. That's why I was like confused, because I forgot that you were there for this one.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's why I was like, I'll save it for Michael. So let you have something.
Yeah.
I have enough
But yeah,
shameless
so,
plugs to give. So
All right.
Well, I will say I am working on a creepypasta. That may come out at some point. When it does, I may shamelessly plug it here. But it's a fun one coming along. So,
Well,
Okay,
do we want to announce what we're discussing next Sunday?
yeah, we can. I'll be honest, I forgot what that was going to be.
It's the Tubi movie I mentioned.
My brain has been everywhere.
The Thanksgiving movie, Thanksgiving.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. That's on. Is that on Tubi?
Tubi, yes.
Oh man,
Tubi
I am there.
or not me.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay,
too
so it's called Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It's an hour and 7
I
minute
will.
movie from 2010.
I will be there.
Oh man, I,
Yeah,
I, I cannot
I'm
wait.
there.
When you showed me the trailer for that, I was like, okay, this is like in line to be my all-time favorite bad movie. I really hope it delivers.
What's great about it, Michael, is it very clearly the turkey's like a puppet that like the cameraman's holding, but like right before it kills someone in the trailer, it goes like gobble gobble and then like kills.
Okay, I fully intend to go into this like as blind as possible. I'm going into this the way I went into Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
As
that's
blind as
Yeah, don't even
possible.
watch the trailer. Do not even watch the
Yeah,
trailer. Just
And then-
just have it all be a
Here's
surprise.
here's some fun
Yes.
Thanksgiving lore. Okay, so when you go to Tubi, there's a movie. The sequel to it is titled Thanksgiving 3, and you probably think, well, where's the second one? Well, it's actually the second one, but the plot of the movie is the second movie was so bad that it was sent to space, and the turkey has to like hunt it down. So it's technically the third movie, but it's actually the second. Like they created this lore with it.
Oh jeez. Oh man, that's gonna
Because I
be
watched
fun.
So
some of like the
the
trailer.
movies basically go. The movies basically pull a "I'm my own grandpa."
Yes, exactly. Because the trailer for the third one, I just watched part of it, and there's like a news announcement that the turkey's watching, and it said Thanksgiving 2 was so bad it got sent to space, and he's like triggered, and so he's got like on a killing spree to like track it down or whatever. So
That's awesome.
oh my gosh.
All right. Well, that'll be it for tonight's episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. Thanks again, fellas, for joining me. I apologize again for not having been able to watch the National
That's
Treasure
okay.
movies to get myself caught up. But Andrew, I think
Totally
you did pretty well in keeping the conversation focused until
I don't
those
know.
last couple minutes where we started talking about everything else.
Yep.
But that'll be it for tonight. We'll be back for next Sunday. Same time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing Thanksgiving. So that's going to be another bad movie to put under our belt. Can't wait for that. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you next week.